was cause of it. I was seeing what it was doing to my house. Terry's a great lady.
Yeah.
Any other wench would deserve it, not Terry. And it was a couple things. It was John Gotti had taken over the Gambinos at 45 years old. When I saw that on TV one day, I'm like, what? He took over a crime family at 45. I'm 44. I got a year to go, and I can take over a crime family. That's how I had to look at it, you know?
Joey,
like
that's such a great fucking...
That's how, it was so many things. Listen, that's why rehab is such a waste of money, because so many things went into me getting sober. That, you know, then I got a call one day from Bonehead. When I was a kid, Bonehead was my friend's older brother. Yeah. And one day he's like, hey, man, what are you doing right now? I gave him a bump. Yeah. We did like a bump, and he's like, where'd you get this shit at? I got it in the city. He goes, come on. Oh, I got it from around the corner. He goes, come on, let me take it. He had a van. He was a plumber. Bonehead used to take us to McSorley's Ale House in the village, sit us down when we were 16 and 17. We'd get 3 mugs of beer for $2 and a hot dog or a bowl of chili. And then he'd go, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know, what do you get? And he goes, Tumanols, barbiturates, heroin, whatever you want, I'll get. Yeah. I'd give him $10 and he'd give me 8 Valiums. And then he'd go get heroin. And he'd get tuned up, and then he'd come back to the table and sit with us. And then we'd walk and watch the Square Park and watch Chappelle. And watch Chappelle was 15. And watch Charlie Barnett do stand-up. I just took it up on YouTube last week on Rogan's. And Bonehead used to take me over there, and it was always an adventure. I hung out with 3 brothers, and one brother, and he had 2 other brothers. One I ended up being really good friends with, but Bonehead was my heart. Bonehead was really good looking. He was just hooked on heroin. He had a crazy girlfriend, and at night they'd do heroin. They both pass out, and I'd sleep at their house. I'd pass out too, doing blow, and I'd wake up in the morning, and she'd be naked, and I'd just stare at her pussy for like 20 minutes and shit, and like touch it. I was like a young kid. Like she had her name was Donna Chinsoon. She was half Irish, half Chinese, and she had a beautiful pussy. And I would sit there in the hallway and just jerk myself off. I was about like 17 and shit. I just jerk off in the mornings and leave. She was so hot. I can't believe I'm telling this story, but who gives a fuck? But I hooked up with him after all those years. 2007, I got a call from Bonehead. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm living in Jersey. I'm not living in Vegas no more. We moved in with my mom. When are you coming back? I want to see you. So we got to talking, and I go, you still doing your thing? He goes, oh, fuck yeah. He goes, I went down to Newark today. He goes, they got $7 bags. I go, they got $7 bags of heroin? So you know me. I go, send me a couple. He goes, give me an address. I hung up the phone, never thought about it again. 3 days later, this envelope with like crayon ink comes to my house with no return address, and I knew exactly what it was. I went upstairs, and he sent me 3 little packages of heroin. This was like June of 2007, so every Monday I would do a little bump. And finally, by September, I wasn't doing blow. I'm like, I got to call 60 Minutes. I'm on to something. Heroin cures cocaine addiction. This is true shit.
Oh, nice. Did someone find it? Where was it?
Very nice. What is that?
A lighter.
Oh, very nice.
Nice. Thank you, babe. Bed. Oh, gosh, you ruined it. Keep going.
No.
Wait, no. So you go, I got to call 60 Minutes.
I got to call 60 Minutes and tell them I got the answer to cocaine addiction. Heroin. If you do heroin on Monday, you won't do coke. This is what's going on through my fucking head, man.
Joey Coco Diaz hitting it strong the whole time. You're a champion.
Fuck it. A fucking midget's gonna pop out all that smoke. I love it.
So I always tell him to just be extra careful.
I'm the same way, but I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the fucking truth. I don't like what's going on today.
Yeah.
I don't like that a woman came out 3 weeks ago and said Tom Sizemore molested her when she's 11, and that's the reason why she does drugs. Did you guys see that interview?
No.
That could happen to anybody, any
yeah.
one of us. Just that word on a piece of paper, and we don't get any more work.
Yeah.
We're working in the Mall of America following Jeremy Piven because that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Before I accuse you of something, I'm going to be 100% fucking sure. And I'm going to have a witness or something. You cannot accuse me without a witness, a tape, a film. I want to see it. Before my daughter was born, I met a woman at Flappers one night, just very casually in the back. She was like she did something for Flappers, and I'm an old fucking man.
Come on, you look great.
What am I gonna do with a girl? What am I gonna hit on her? What am I gonna do? What I gotta call for somebody? I'm an old man. I got 55-year-old nuts. They look like they're 55. For a young girl to suck them, I wouldn't get no satisfaction on it. I'm just fucking somebody's world up. I'm just fucking somebody's world up. It's like one time Rogan asked me, he goes, did you ever have a girlfriend that committed suicide? No, but if anybody sucked my dick, I'd kill myself. Like, if I sucked my dick, I'd kill myself. It's disgusting. You understand me? It's just disgusting. Like we've gone through comedy hell. Like, it's disgusting. And, you know, I fingered an Indian chick in Boise, Idaho one time on the dance floor. I was fingering her. She had a yeast infection. How can, I took my hand out, and it was covered in yogurt. How the fuck does that happen? Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, how the fuck? Did you hear that fart? That was a good fart.
Who farted? You did?
Kombucha.
We're going to take a moment for a sponsor.
We have a sponsor,
In Columbus?
I fly to anywhere. I fly in Thursday. I do all the radio Friday they have. I don't do podcasts on the road. Sorry, Charlie.
I do some.
No, I don't do any.
I do some.
That's where Leanne is correct. No podcast. We live in the fucking podcast, whatever. I do a podcast Sunday, Tuesday, Monday, and Wednesday. I'm not going to get on a plane to do a podcast. That's never going to happen.
There's one I will tell you that I think's worth it, 100%.
Which one?
Orlando. Tom and Dan.
Yeah, I don't go to Orlando, so it don't matter. It don't matter. No, there's no podcast. We live in the capital of podcasts.
Yeah.
I don't need to do a podcast on the road.
You're right.
If you don't have legitimate radio, leave me in my room. If I could write a joke or rest or go to the gym, that's it. Listen, on the road now, I don't go nowhere. Yeah, but they got the best rip. That's great. If it's not across the street or walking distance from the hotel, Joey doesn't see it.
I said that this week.
Okay?
I was talking to
No, I don't do nothing.
I don't do shit, man.
I don't do nothing. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
I get in Thursday. I go to my hotel room. I take a shit. I take a shower. I roll a joint. I go downstairs. I eat some. I smoke that joint. I go back to my room, and I wait till the show starts at what time? 8? Don't pick me up till 7:45, 10 to 8.
Yeah.
I don't want to see nobody.
I don't need to be out.
I go there 5 after 8. Everybody's seated. I go. I do it. I go back to the room Thursday night. Thursday night, I party a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll do an edible. If I got a Xanax, I'll eat a Xanax, smoke a joint. And then Friday, I'll get up early. And
what's it like to eat an edible and a Xanax? Do you ever do it together?
Oh, fuck yeah, all the time.
What's it feel like?
It tames the edible.
It tames the edible?
It tames the edible. It's like having a zookeeper, you know what I'm saying? Xanax tames the animal. Sometimes you eat an edible and you get too much anxiety, so fuck it. Let me get something prepared. You drop 2 Xanaxes and a 300 milligram, you're on your way.
So do you take the Xanax before the edible?
No, I take the edible first, let it start bothering me a little bit on the flight. And then I pop the Xanax. Then you drink a little Canadian, you drink a little fucking Dewar's and ginger ale. It's all over. You understand? I got the perfect recipe.
That might be my new perfect recipe. Can I tell you what happened? So,
leave her mother's house, go to the warehouse on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Buy 2 roofies around 7, pop them, and then go on the hunt for coke, and then go out, and we'd end up back at my apartment doing the nastiest things you could do to each other.
You could get an erection after a roofie and lines of coke?
Oh, yeah. Like I did. Listen, let me put it this way. This is the type of guy I am. If we're straight up friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, and I get to know your cycle, I kind of leave you alone that week. I don't like period pussy. You know what I'm saying? I've never really, it's always petrified me. I know on coke, I've eaten period pussy. Just lick the clit and take the tampon and pull it back in and out. You ever do that? That's how crazy my life got. That I would just lick the clit, even though I don't like blood or nothing. I would lick the clit and then take the tampon and pull it in and out. And they go crazy because women really like to make love when they're on their period.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
No, I think that when
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I think it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But when I did coke, I was all in. I was licking ass. It smelled like fucking, because when they have their period, their pussy smells like gunpowder. Like it smells weird. So you're eating that asshole. You're thinking of George Washington and cannons and fucking. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what the fuck? Why is George Washington keep popping into my head? You're thinking of Thomas Revere, whatever his name is. So when you do coke, even if it's somebody's wife, at 4 o'clock she gets sloppy.
Yeah.
Can I use your bathroom? They go to the bathroom, they come out, and all of a sudden their thong is out, and they're buttoning their pants. This is something you do in the bathroom.
Okay.
And next thing you know, she's like, did I ever show you my tits? And you're like, no, not really. And that's it. You know, that's what happens after 5 a.m. when you're alone with a woman. Everybody, you know. When I show up at these clubs on the weekends to do stand-up, I'm blown the fuck away. If you know anything about me, I'm very grateful. You know, I'm very grateful. I wish I could write more, faster, which is a pain in the ass.
You mean like books or material?
Material.
Oh, Joey. Can I tell you the problem? The problem with you is that you don't realize the funniest shit you say sometimes. The thing I've always said about you that blows me away is you say things that in passing, that you're just so naturally funny. You say things in passing that would be in my act tomorrow. My favorite one of my favorite things you've ever said, I don't know if you've ever used it in a special, was you were talking about getting attacked by dogs when you first got to this country. Yeah. And you were like, dog, one time I walked past a dog, he saw me, turned around and was like, fuck it, and came back and bit me.
Came back and bit me on 148th Street when I was a kid. Because I used to say hello to that dog every fucking day.
Yeah.
And the owner was a fucking scumbag. But I was so persistent that he started liking me. And he would stop the dogs, and I would go, hey, guys.
Remember the story you told about snorting coke with Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah.
And you're like, this is a big motherfucker. He's snorting coke off top of the refrigerator.
That was Daryl Dawkins.
Daryl Dawkins, yeah.
Fucking God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Snorting coke. You know, I've been going, it's funny, this morning I woke up. We ate 500 milligrams of Moon bars last night.
Who, you and Lee?
Me and Lee, and then 2,000 milligrams of Stars.
Holy shit.
We weren't high in the office. When the podcast ended, we were ripped. Yeah. And then I had to drive home, and I went home, and I was so high. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I had a whole container of salsa with diet tortilla chips. It was fucking disgusting. There was tortilla chips all over the floor. Oh. I had the raisins, the yogurt-covered raisins that belonged to my daughter. And I blacked out in the THC.
For real?
I woke up this morning at 8. My head was off the pillow. 3 pillows were on the floor. Oh. I was like, oh, my God, I'm not going to...
Touch that club soda, would you?
I'm not going to be able to do shit today. And I really didn't have a big day. And I go, you know what? I'm a little sore from jiu-jitsu yesterday. But I'm going to go back today. Because when I got home, we gave him 25 milligram ABX. The sleepy ones.
No, he only had a 25.
No, he only had 25. But the 25 sleepy ABX is a little fucking deceiving. It's deceiver. The 25 is a little deceiving. It takes its time, and you're like, oh, I beat this. I'm fine. Joey don't know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Then you settle. Like once you know when you get kicked in the legs in MMA, it's so you don't settle. Okay? Once you settle, you're like, wow, this took me to the promise. So he said when he got home, he was fine. He changed into his pajamas. And he goes, after he sat down, the room started spinning. It started turning purple in there. He started hearing people speaking Spanish. And he goes, thank God your wife gave me those meatballs. Because I ate 2 of them. And it took him down. And then he goes, I'll never smoke out of that fucking freeze pipe again. That's a tremendous
It's not the freeze pipe's fault. It's the 30%.
Well, people always want to blame the least fucking evident. You know, a guy jumps out of a window with a fucking towel on. And they go through his house. He smoked pot. Well, let's blame the reefer. Let's blame the guy. He was fucking retarded before he jumped out the window. The fucking reefer just helped him a little bit to get the fucking air behind him to fucking... That's it. But don't blame the reefer, cocksucker.